Hi, welcome back to the channel. So happy you could join me today. Today, I want to talk about traveling as a single retired woman. Yes, alone. Let me just say, I love it. I've traveled solo to European countries. I've cruised alone. I love cruising alone. I've navigated airports, foreign cities, subway systems in various places that all seem to work differently, taken trains from one town to another in Europe, as well as buses. And I've even figured out cruise ship casinos all by myself. Here's what I discovered: it's freedom in its purest form. So, one of the big things for me is that if I'm going to travel, when am I going to travel? I always figured I didn't have the money to travel. I didn't have the time. I didn't have people to travel with. And then I decided, I heard this little message in my head that said, if not now, when? When are you going to do this? Because traveling has always been a big part of my life. I haven't traveled as much as I've ever wanted to, but I always knew that I wanted to travel. And so, if not now, when? So I had to stop and think about that. So, when you look at traveling, do you have someone to travel with? Quite often, people have different ideas, different opinions, different ways of doing things. But when you travel alone, you're on no one else's timetable. You're using no one else's energy level. And there's no compromising on what lights up your soul. Let me give you an example. One time I was in Rome and I went to the Trevi Fountain. I was captivated. The history, the energy, the beauty of it all. I could have sat there for hours just taking it all in. But I was with other people and they didn't feel the same way. So we had to go. But I remember thinking, I just wish I could have stayed. I had the same experience when I stumbled upon a painting by Michelangelo that was all by itself in this room with no one else there. It just felt absolutely amazing. And once again, I couldn't stay and just feel the beauty of it all because other people were traveling with me and I wasn't on my own schedule. So let's fast forward to Portimao, Portugal. Here I've been able to sit by the ocean, just me, listening to the waves, feeling the peace wash over me. No schedule, no one waiting, no, are you ready to go? Just me and the sound of the sea. That's what solo traveling gives you. And cruising alone, honestly, it's one of the easiest ways to do it. You can do your own thing all day long. And when you feel social, there's lots of people around that are happy to chat with you. You can be alone when you want to be. You can be connected when you want to be. And it's easy because you just have to schedule one airfare and a hotel, and then you get to the ship and you're just leaving and coming back from the ship. So you're exploring things, but you only have one place. You don't have to travel from place to place to place and make up those connections on your own. It's really simple. Traveling by ship alone is really, really easy. But maybe you're thinking, I don't know if I could do that. Let me gently say this. You absolutely can. By the time we've reached our 50s, 60s, and beyond, we've handled much more complicated things than airport terminals. We've raised families. We've built careers. We've made decisions. We've supported partners. We've managed households and managed budgets. And we've survived things that didn't even make it into the Christmas letter. And yes, you do need to put on your big girl panties. Flights get canceled. Connections get missed. Trains don't show up. And luggage occasionally takes a vacation all on its own. When that happens, you don't collapse. You step aside, you open your phone, you call the airline, you get in a line, You do some internet searching and you solve the problem because you're capable. And here's the funny part. Every time something goes wrong and you fix it, you feel like you're 10 feet tall. That's not stress. That's power. Maybe your friends don't want to travel. I know mine are busy with other things and traveling doesn't rate really high for them. And sometimes I travel with strangers and sometimes I'm just really happy to be on my own. So maybe you don't have a partner. Maybe you don't want one. Maybe you want to stand in line at the Vatican because you love art, even if no one else does. And maybe you want control of your budget, your destination, your cabin choice, your shore excursions. Maybe you just want to wake up and say, what do I feel like doing today? And then actually do it. Solo travel after 50 isn't impulsive. It's intentional. It's about doing what you want to do, living the life that you want to live. It's not about proving your independence. We already know we're strong. It's about honoring ourselves. Here's the most important thing. If we wait for someone to go with us, we may miss the experience altogether. I've discovered time is precious. Life changes, health changes, circumstances change. But there's this whole big, beautiful world out there. And it doesn't have to break the bank to travel. There's a whole lot of places that are very inexpensive. I had intended to go to Ecuador this year, and I could rent a place for $350 US a month. It's not much more in Portugal. And food in Ecuador is very inexpensive. So there's a lot of places in the world that you can go and you can enjoy living and you can go and see what you want to see and do what you want to do. So book the cruise, take the flight, see that new place that you want to see. Sit at the fountain for as long as you like. Listen to the ocean uninterrupted. Order dinner for one without apology. Because you're not alone. You are free. And remember, if not now, when? Thanks for watching.